Welcome back, everybody, to the Salty Show, and welcome back to the Spice Empire as Aksum in Total War Attila Legendary Campaign. Hope you guys are doing well today. If you are, like and subscribe as always, and welcome to episode 2. In the last episode, the first kickoff of a series, we defeated the Imperator Kingdom, our initial rival, but unfortunately by the end of it, we have been put up against a significant power increase versus the Emyars. We are at war with the Sassanid Empire, and with it, all of her mighty vassals. And the first one up to bat appears to be the Lockmids, another playable eastern faction, as they are coming forth, trying to crush us while we suffer a turn of food shortage due to this province, and also that of attrition. Neither case is very good. Our best bet is hopefully they besiege us and they directly attack before the attrition takes effect. That way, fingers crossed, we can have a swift victory. But without further ado, the turn is over, I believe. And I'd rather keep a couple thousand in the bank. Meanwhile, I'm sending our extra dignitary, or magus, and a inspector to the desolate region of Arabia Magna, so that the inspector can push north towards Hira in the Sassanid Empire to guard this road to see what's coming our way, and also so basically our priests can start converting this land to Eastern Christianity, because the more land we conquer, the quicker we want to be able to move. Without further ado, let's end the turn and see what happens. I do want to go ahead and point this out. I'm recording this even a little earlier than I normally would. Episode 1 is not out yet, but I do really look forward to seeing your all's feedback and comments. So by the time this comes out, be aware, episode 1's comments and feedback will not be implemented probably until episode 3. Okay, so they've decided that they're going to fortify, which is even scarier, because more than likely it means they have allies on the way, which is not good. But I'm almost certain that's what that means. The AI in Attila loves to fortify when they're waiting on friendly targets or units. Okay, and Mazun has also sent their force south, going for Adaman. We cannot defend both regions. We need to be quick. We have an illegitimate birth. That is honestly the last of our issues. So we will have another turn before we gotta worry about that. We can't convert this. No matter what we do, we cannot convert that. Immediately, what do we want here? I'm thinking we need a military building. We could get a lead deposit, but I feel like we need military off the rip, which I can't find. Oh, it's because we already have it. I'm blind. I do apologize. Sadly, you don't give a garrison until tier 4, so that sucks. And we could get a workshop that would increase our money, or a plaza, but that would give us camel warriors. And we don't have an ability. It's looking like it's going to be a lot of cavalry forces. We can hit them, so I'm thinking we need to reinforce an army down here, and let us grab the Azus here, as he has the least amount of influence, raise an army, and start recruiting the Desert Spears, because they have an extremely high mate. I thought they did. Hold on. They don't. Our far swordsmen have a higher melee defense than them. Huh. Okay, so we'll grab 2 spears to counter their cav, but that's it. Meanwhile, let us grab... We do need something to make money. I think that's the biggest thing. We need to make money. I would love to get that, but we kind of need our religion intact over here. We really don't have the ability to just twiddle our thumbs. So with that, I think that's going to give us public order, but it's going to cost us food. let's just grab a workshop, and we can go back to taxing this province, as I had to turn it off to make sure we didn't cost us anything too much. We're doing good here. He's gonna start recruiting. He's gonna need help potentially against that garrison or against that army. Yeah, that garrison's not gonna hold. We could easily make it with him. Is there anything worthwhile that we would rather recruit with mercenaries? We're gonna get the archer contingent from these guys. Oh, those Roman defectors would be pretty nice. They're expensive. 180. Is that cheaper? It is cheaper. And do we grab some cav? We're gonna be defending a settlement, so I feel like the cav is not nearly as important. Let's get them first. We do have 2 cav, so I'm not super worried about that. Go for the lot of 3 mercenary spears, and we'll call it a day. And meanwhile, let's force march them over there.
My lord?
They're gonna start converting. You're gonna head over here. Okay, that works still. Either way, we just need to see what's coming along this road. And with that, the general and our king will move to face the desert scorpions of the Lochmids, I think. I don't really want to risk this army getting reinforcements.
Kill them all!
Alright. Let's see what they bring. They outnumber us by just a tiny bit. They're bringing in looks like to be a lot of range. So without further ado, let's see if we can push the Lochmids back. Welcome everybody to a battle and a lesson for the future. One that will definitely not be forgotten in our history, as this battle nearly, I thought, cost me the campaign, as I might have got a little too greedy. I did want to try something, which was moving about and engaging these, burning these towers down. I don't remember what Total War it is. Let me know in the comments below, but there is a Total War that I've at least seen a video on, where you can walk up to the walls of a settlement, and Attila is really one of the only ones that makes sense, because you can get, you know, it's not improbable to be able to throw a firing stick, and these guys actually do it. Yeah, they do it one time. Okay, I don't even know if they actually hit that too much, but they do it once and then they can't do it again. So I'm thinking it is Attila, but I did mess it up. So we are off to a horrible start, and where we've sacrificed 2 of our desert spears, and with it, the rest of the battle, it gets a little sideways rather quickly. So we are going to, there's not much strategy to talk. Just enjoy the bloodshed, and we'll deal with the consequences. Our Afar swordsmen are really good on the attack, but the fact that they have absolutely, oh dear God, the fact that they have absolutely no shield or protective equipment on leads to they're a glass cannon. They can be really good, but they cannot be your main line. They cannot be your fighting force that holds. As we see here, as they very swiftly push us back pretty hard, and it's pushing our Tor warriors up. Tor warriors are definitely going to hold a little easier. Very interesting spears. They don't look that sharp, but they're now faced with the enemy. as our poor tribesmen, the Afar tribesmen, are running and done for. All flanking attempts don't really work out. Our cav get caught in this rear guard here. The Lockmids really do a number to us. And our poor dogs are sent in, but to very few avail. The dogs just can't hold back, unfortunately. We do manage to push them back into the settlement, but going from there any further is near suicide as we deal with some of their proper melee troops. Will you live to fight, to kill another man? Oh, you will. Wow, he's on a 2-kill streak. Will you get a third, or are you just gonna die? Oh, it looks like, I don't know where he went. He's gone. Unfortunately, though, that was a horrible idea, and we're gonna have to deal with the consequences on the campaign map. Well, that was an absolute shitfest of a mistake. And with it,
Journey completed.
we're in trouble. I'd feel more comfortable getting rid of this army, giving them Zafar, as it will not hold.
It is an honor to serve you.
That's fine, as we have forces on the way, and we can reinstate the king.
Ready for orders.
But that is a hell of a setback, but thankfully the king didn't die. But that's not good. That is not good. That exposes us to the Lockmid securing Zafar, and we've already... Are we gonna lose anything if they take it? We might. The Afar swordsman will not be able to get recruited if they take Zafar in one turn. But they will be besieging it, I think. They're gonna have to siege it out. Unless they get... Shoo-wee. That is a rough one. That is a tough one. I forgot it was not until, I believe, Warhammer 2, was it 2 or 3, where they allowed you to do rematches. As I ended that battle earlier than expected because I was going to rematch that engagement. I'd wanted to still fight it. They're going to skip Zafar. I feel like the AI is playing with me. I feel like the AI is playing with me. Well, at the same time, I guess they realize Zafar will be an easy win for them if they allow us to build up a new army in Adaman or Edamun. We will still be a significant threat. And the Mazarans still recognize that. However, the armies have not converged, and it should allow us to get a sizable army, as long as they don't fortify. That fortification is disaster, and also, I messed up. I thought I could do something, and I realized I could not. Let's move him up here. I want to see if anything's coming our way that way. So we have a good idea what these guys have. We did deal a number to some of their units, not a lot.
Your orders, my lord.
Okay, so we can face him. I think we should.
Ready for battle. At once.
We have a pretty strong army. Grab the Desert Warriors. 16 v 19 sounds pretty fair to me. I'm thinking they've got more cav than anything. While we're here, though, let's go ahead and grab more of our Zafar swords. And in the capital, let's reinstate our king as we don't want to be missing him. And I do believe we're going to have off the rip, we're going to have another battle.
Kill them all!
Can't see exactly all that they have. It's a lot of camels. We have, hopefully, the range to beat them. So let's find out. Let's avenge that utter defeat that we just suffered. As we sit on the brink of destruction, our adopted son sets out to push back the invading Sassanid armies, which leads us to more costly engagements as the king has learned, the king being me, that we need to be careful. These guys are not to be... even this battle was not a easy sight, as they do deploy a lot of cav and get some really good initial engagements off. Thankfully, on our left flank, especially against the Afar swordsmen, the Afar swordsmen, we've learned in this episode, are a glass cannon for sure. They cannot hold, and especially against cav, it is utter devastation. Thankfully, on our left flank, dealing with the cav and the camels, we have Roman defectors. These guys will hold. They will brace extremely well against the enemy. They won't wither away so quickly. But we are dealing with plenty of our other problems. Thankfully, it's a lot of spear on spear action. But there are some more Roman defectors.
Our general is being attacked. Keep him alive.
And actually, I don't think... No, our general's not being attacked. He's doing the attacking. This battle got very neck and neck too quick for my liking, so we threw the general in there as well to engage the enemy. While the rest of our forces, including our cav, deal with their right flank contingent and try to move around. And our range deal with their skirmishers very quickly. But we are extremely... It's a little too close for comfort. It's a bloody battle with a lot of deadly casualties. Thankfully, our Roman defectors broke the enemy on the left extremely easily. So they're able to get into the fight now as well. We are taking a good bit of skirmishing damage, though. And unfortunately... we do get the javelin throw off. It kind of runs into about 4 of them. But it's not all over yet. Yeah, their range contingent is doing just as much damage as ours is. Thankfully, they're not targeting our general. And we are fighting them tooth and nail down here. And with that general is still running amok. Thankfully, our far swordsmen are good against desert tribesmen. We can make short work of them. And short work of them, we do. But a lot more issues are underway. Our Roman defectors are about the best unit we have here. And it really shows, like, they decimate a lot of these guys. I mean, they're not invincible. But when it comes to the desert spears, they held off a lot better. Ooh, very nice. And thankfully, we're now coming in through their rear, breaking that unit, breaking their infantry block for the most part. And now all that's left is to chase off these skirmishers.
The enemy are losing ground.
And with the sight of their army fleeing, the skirmishers don't have much willpower left, and the Desert Chieftain is really the only threat to our force now.
The men are losing. Our men are breaking off.
He does get caught up by some of our mercenaries, and our archers are able to rain down death upon him. And I don't think we get a javelin throw off here, but we do get a nice spear charge with what's left of our spearmen. And being that heavily outnumbered, the general is all but done, and his army runs. A extremely costly victory, but a victory nonetheless. Tell you what, if we don't get a break, we're not gonna have this campaign for much longer. I need to be cautious. Our men are. We are fighting. We're giving too much. And these are literally the first steps.
We fight for you, my lord.
Of our engagement with the enemy, so that doesn't bode well. That's fine to keep. That army has been beaten back.
At your command.
This one has a lot of range. Yeah, a lot of range, and we don't have.
We fight for you, my lord. You have.
We don't have very good units. Grab a camel warrior.
Ready for battle.
He's grabbing them. So we're okay. Ooh. Human footstools. Pretty nice. Yeah, -10. Very nice. Alright. Jesus. This episode 2 is off to a rough start. Ugh. I know, buddy. I know. We're in it today, aren't we, Winnie? We are in it today. Oh, sorry, everybody. And there comes another secondary Lockmid force, but it is just a 1-stack general. I'm okay with that. I'm waiting for the Sassanid hordes to start showing up. That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, we're already getting some of them. This is the issue. To the point where you all might not even see this campaign. But I don't know. No, we're gonna see it through. We're gonna see it through. We have a lot to do. I feel like that was a vassal of the Sassanids. What happened to you, Abashar? Oh, I forget the White Huns are running amok. I'll tell you what, the White Huns could be our saving grace, everybody. Holy crap, I didn't even think about that. If we can live...
My words are yours to direct.
If we can survive long enough, it won't even matter.
Ready for orders.
Let's grab
Noble cause.
4 of them. Actually, I'll tell you what. When it comes to these 2 units, the hurlers do more damage. And they have a... Well, it doesn't actually say what rate of fire the hurlers have. Does it say it here? Rate of fire 100, range 125 for the hurlers. I hate that they don't display it over here. That was an interesting 50, range 150. Let's actually get the hurlers. I tell you what, I've always been against hurlers, but that's fine. And if that Lockmid army wants to just run amok, that is a-okay with me.
Ready for orders.
Dantawan. Both of these are political. No, Dantawanas
Fight for you, my lord.
is a part of our family. So we will give Dantawanas the army. You have a 16 stack. They have 18. What would be the quickest way there? That would put us in range of the garrison.
On the move, my lord.
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, they're in force march. Okay. Okay. I was stressing, guys. I was stressing. Okay, so we have 6 FR swords. I'd like us to get some spears there.
Are you ready to serve?
Come
join our ranks.
Honestly,
How can I serve you?
Let's get the corral going. We need
At your
some
command.
cav desperately.
Ready for orders.
You're gonna main. Now they are sending a navy, and it is an admiral. It is a fleet.
At your command. It's a great and glorious thing to fight for our cause. Ready for battle. Ready for orders. My lord.
Let's see.
At your command. A noble cause.
That's a decent little garrison.
At your service. Ready for battle.
Shoo-wee. I was a little worried. I really was. But we've pushed them back for the most part. Okay, there's the border. And we've already moved him. Okay. So things aren't looking as deadly as they were, as the locksmiths have decided that they're just going on a bit of a stroll, I guess you could say. They've passed Zafar. They didn't reinforce Mazran. They are, it feels like they just wanted to pass by, but I think they might do something. Yes, they are moving. That is why the campaign is slowed down. They're going somewhere. I don't know where. The game is... There we go. Okay, so yeah, the locksmiths have just decided to stroll through, and they decided that they don't care anymore. Interesting. Interesting, but it saved our skin. It saved our skin to the point to where we can probably push against Mazran. Try to knock that faction out before they send us another force. Yeah, because they're going to retreat. They are not bringing a new force, though, but they are going to send their admiral. That's fine. I can't imagine their navy is a very late tier navy, so we're not too worried about it. Oh, they did misdirect us. That's why the campaign slowed down.
We fight for you, my lord.
So that is unfortunate. Taking... So they've gone that way. For now...
At your command. Are you ready to serve?
For now, I'm okay with that.
Noble cause requires...
Let's grab 4 of those spearmen.
My words are yours to direct.
Yeah, these guys are gonna...
Ready for orders. Our lord needs good fighters. My lord. Come join our ranks.
Oh, we can only get 1.
A noble cause requires noble men. Are you ready to serve? At your command.
I think we'll keep the mercenary army here. That is another admiral. He's building up a science. Let's just get 2 over there so that we can come over here and get
Come join our ranks.
a...
It's a great and glorious thing to fight for our cause.
Get another spearman.
Ready for orders. Ready for battle.
Let's actually get rid of the mercenaries, I think. We're fine for now.
Come join our ranks. My lord.
My lord.
We're building up a lot of armies.
All men must serve.
Okay.
Honor and service.
Nothing deadly yet.
Are yours to direct. Do you have further orders, my lord?
Let's go ahead and head down here with our priest. Eastern Christianity has taken hold over here, which is good. Okay. Nazul has come of age, as you can tell, because of all of his new abilities, or perks, I guess you could say. Emerus. So he's okay. Okay. I like that. Actually, no. Missile damage. And commercial, because you're not deployed yet. Datawanis has a really good one. Oh no. There we go. Now with all of that, we do appear to have... Zol could marry. And why... Actually, let's get him to try and embezzle funds. We could protect him as king. I don't know, actually. Maybe we should do it. We'll do it, and he can seek a wife. And see what happens. Sorry, everybody. Playing tug of war with Winnie. He missed me. I had to stay the night at my parents' house to watch their dogs, so I showed up this morning, and he's not left my side since. Now, is that because he misses me, or because he misses abusing me? Who knows? Who knows? I'm kidding. So we got really lucky with the lockmids pulling back. They've done basically a big U-turn going north. Maybe they're calling... I don't think they're calling... The Attila AI is notorious for not colonizing settlements, so I doubt they're colonizing Arabia Magna or Felix. I can't remember what region it is, but I doubt they're colonizing that. Our saving grace truly will be, though, I think it could be the fact that the White Huns are going to carve a bloody, scorched land between them. Ooh. When governing. And we got 312 in this one. That's fine. Alright. And a couple ranks.
My lord.
Really, I hate to do this, but like all these other ones really don't matter because like, I don't know. I keep them deployed. Let me know, should I be using my priests more actively, because I never do. I truly never do.
A man has many faces.
So Mashan is still undefended. I do want to know, where did that army go? Because that is kind of concerning. Alright, so a 8 stack with the garrison is plenty to take on this navy. They tried to subdue us here. It didn't work.
On the move, my lord.
I'm thinking,
Make yourselves at home.
let's replace these archers with the hurlers. And we can get some camel warriors. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. We can get so many units out of this province. Holy crap. I definitely think camel warriors are way worth it. We've seen their devastation thanks to the Lockmans in that siege, or in that fort battle. Highly, highly worth it. I think the king's army is ready to move. There is nothing much. Ooh. That would have been bad. I'd rather not risk the king getting killed by this fleet. So we will figure out something else to do. I guess we could try recruiting a navy. Our economy is not doing too bad, considering the amount of... We have multiple armies. So you need to be a governor. Particularly, you need to be a governor of... You need to be a governor of a province that needs religious influence. You're getting a lot of public order, though, so I think that we can establish him the governor of Arabia Magna in the future. You're gonna have a pretty sizable army. Alright, things are going... Wow. I thought... honestly, I'll be square with you guys. I was really thinking about calling this series quits right then and there. I didn't think we were gonna save or come back from it. I figured we were gonna lose Zafar, and I wasn't sure we were gonna be able to hold on to Udaman long enough to keep our foothold. And if they pushed us back to Ethiopia, I didn't think we were gonna be able to bring it back. Don't touch a priest. Okay, thank God, he's okay. Oh, there's their big army. They really did just do a U-turn. Why did they do that? Is interesting. I am not going to question fate. That is for certain. It saved our ass as the Lockmids. Ooh, they checked me real fast. Now, granted, I did make a mistake in trying to move the desert spears to burn those towers down, and you cannot do that. But, man, I'm trying to remember the video I saw, or I watched a video of someone using infantry to burn towers down, but I can't remember if it was in Attila or Total War where you could do it behind the walls. I swear it was Attila. But who knows? Alright, we're getting a lot of good buildings here. They are recruiting a new force. Okay. So let's keep an eye on them.
A man has many faces.
Alright, we'll go back and forth between them and that Sassanid.
Ready for orders.
Okay. With that in mind,
Set up the watch. Disembarking.
alright, we've disembarked. That army is all the way over there. Let's continue.
We fight for you, my lord.
We could try to bum rush them.
You
I think
march.
that'll be best.
Your feet bleed. You
We
march
have
again.
the money.
Ready for further orders.
7 turns. We'll be there in 7 turns. Just to bolster our ranks a little bit. Their garrison will not hold against us. And with that, go ahead and get that levy recruitment. We're very low on money all of a sudden. I mean, we were recruiting like crazy, so I'm not surprised, but fertility-wise, we are in a rich region now, so getting... we could get a lot of wealth. 60 food, 240 wealth, 350... Or we could get a massive amount of food. We could do both. I think we need the money for now. So let's go with that. And continue along our way. I want to secure Amana before the end of this episode. Let us show some victory with our force. And we want to beat them before they can recruit a full stack in that settlement. Hopefully, anyways. Okay, that army appears to be turning around. Oh, never mind, I lied. I don't know what they were doing, but they've just gone back to their settlement. Interesting. I know the Lockmans are a playable faction. It'd be very curious to play them because you are a vassal or a satrap of the Sassanids, so breaking free from that would be interesting. And I wonder how the player bias works in Attila when you are a vassal, because I do think it was Legend of Total War that I watched where the player bias in Attila was rather extreme, to the point where they would hunt you down. You're their number one target. It doesn't matter priority list, they'd lose their settlement before they would give up on fighting you.
They made ready for war. The world had fallen into shadow. The earth grew cold, and the wind whispered of death. And I beheld a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of scales in his hand. Attila was born. All knelt before him, for they knew he would devour the earth and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. Attila was born from darkness and despair.
The birth of Attila, not something that anybody wants to see on the menu. But we did complete most of our chapter objectives, granting us a pretty big cash boon, which is lovely, and that fleet has pulled back. So it appears they're trying to move there. The question is, wow, that is horrible movement. See if we can move to claim this main settlement and get it built up before the Lockmits come back. Meanwhile, they are at a sizable stack. If we can take it this turn, though, let's spend the extra cash that we got and secure Omana. Oh, we could. Oh, yeah. Perfect. And that's going to make them run. Yeah, that's gonna push them back, and we have secured a new spice port. All those buildings are actually pretty good. And let's grab that and that. Whew. Alright, yep, disband them, give us our money back, Jesus. They're gonna now start suffering attrition. This region is heavily secured. Okay, so all is boding well so far, and we can upgrade that. All the way to the Oriental Port, granting us Spice Warriors in the Mars, Archers, some of our most unique units. With that, though, alright. Religion is still on the move, upwards. Very nice. Public order, food cost, squalor, public order. We're at a -3 right now. Difficulty, religious differences. How is religious differences still an issue here? Elite Nubian Kushite. Okay. Those are fine. Shoo. That would be nice. Let's see. What is wealth from commerce province to each region? So when it comes, so we're making a lot of money. We are making a animal husbandry is getting 50% increase. So that's actually where a good bit of our cash is coming from. Huh. Why is animal husbandry getting such a big boost? I'm curious. Curious indeed. I'm honestly thinking let's get rid of this building. Aksum is not going to be a recruitment center. Arabia Felix definitely will be. Units and local armies. Public order, food, upkeep costs for local armies in region. Damn, so that does not mean here. That's unfortunate. I mean, that's okay for now. We need the public order. While we're here, get rid of that mercenary, get rid of that mercenary. Yeah, that pushed them back. Good. Let's grab
Are you ready to serve?
2 more spears. And some do we want skirmishers? They're so expensive. And they're horrible combatants in melee. I'd feel more comfortable getting more camel spearmen. So let's do that instead. And meanwhile, over here, let's get rid of
At your command.
that garrison army just a little bit. 1 province down. Can we hold it? They'd be dumb not to attack while they can, because if they don't, we're just going to kill them. But this could instigate the rest of the Empire to come for us, that we've decided to take on the army proper, or the Mazaran forces. We've not been beaten back into our corner. Sorry, everybody. Texting the love. Okay, so they have decided to attack, and they did recruit a lot of mercenaries. They outnumber us. I think we actually have to fight this. Auto-resolve way too close for me to risk it, considering it is a legendary campaign, so I will see you on the battlefield. Welcome to the final battle of the episode, everybody, as we defend our heavily paid priced settlements with blood against the forces of, I believe, the Mazaran, as they come to reclaim their home. We need to keep them back. Don't plan on losing this spice port, and we most certainly cannot really afford a setback considering how close we got to losing. Now, if you do see the battle replay, or the battle of this and not the replay, that means it was bugged. But if you see this, welcome. We're trying to get them to funnel into these front 2 columns here, while our camel warriors lie in the rear along with the Afar swords. But they do send some forces around that are going to get to annoy us. And the legionaries are definitely a significant threat. We are tying up a lot of their range, though, as they try to target our poor little garrison. Thankfully. Very much thankfully. I know they do actually get a little spear charge out there, or javelin throw there. But we do have our own camel warriors coming in to back up the Afar swordsmen. Because like we discussed in the last couple of battles, they are extremely weak. For the most part, honestly, they're rough. They have a really nice charge bonus, actually, but that is it. So, glass cannon for sure. We do swiftly break that unit, and our main line is now engaged. Dealing with the mercenary defectors and the general. We're sending our own over here to block this, because these units are far stronger than the counterpart of desert levies. So we move our Far swordsmen over here. And thankfully, our slingers do actually put up a really good fight. As these guys are too busy trying to break this barricade down, they're losing quite a few men to it. And we are sending our camel warriors to chase off their skirmishing contingent, along with our most of these guys are just standard bearers, but they are going to do their job. Meanwhile, we are flanking around with our forces that were stationed in the rear to start to encircle the infantry contingents here. But we are putting up a very nice fight. I'm not too sure how much action these spearmen are getting.
The settlement is on fire.
Moving over here to where the brutal action is taking place.
And running for their lives.
our spearmen hold. Our far swordsmen are on their way, catching some desert levy off guard and making swift work of them. Honestly, yeah, very swift work of them. These hay bales won't be sold or eaten. They're covered in blood. Yeah. And our camel warriors are now in the rear of the enemy, going in for lovely rear charges and trying to break the morale of units as we pour out of our two little causeways. We do sacrifice some camel warriors against their skirmishers, but nothing we can't bring back. And with it, we've turned the tide mostly in our favor, as their general is going against spear unit after spear unit. Oh, that guy's dead. And thankfully, this left flank is all but beaten. Their units do tend to rally a couple times, but nothing that's too terrifying and nothing that we can't handle. Ooh. Speaking of handle. Are you gonna kill any more? Wow. Dude. That man is grumpy. That is very grumpy.
Men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
We are beating them back, pushing them out of our settlement, and the general himself has now routed as well. All that's left to really deal with is their skirmishers, and another camel warrior has been sent out to try and hurt them, but as soon as they get in distance, they start to really bring the pain. So we end up having to do this, where we hide all our melee forces behind this brick or this wall here, so that they can't fire at us. And as the enemy gets close, they basically rout. Well, it's very cheesy. I would love to slaughter them properly, but this is about the only way that we can ensure victory, and we really can't lose this battle. Without further ado, that is the end of the Mazaran. I don't think they're going to pose too much more of a significant threat, and the second spice port is ours. One more victory under our belt. It was a close one, mainly losing our poor camels. And I do apologize about the barking in the background. I believe somebody's outside or something like that. It's the oldest dog that's barking right now, and be honest, she cannot see too well or hear very well, so who knows what she's getting at. Unfortunately, our inspector, and we have a new mission to undergo. Their contest will spill enough blood to slake even the thirst of the parted sands. On our laurels, my lords. Remaining 2 spice ports lie in the shadow of a great lion. We're already at war with them. Troops armed with Gupta weapons. So another mission is coming soon, but we have managed, despite the defeats we have faced, that we have achieved a victory over Arabia Felix, and we are prized to take all of Arabia. We have plenty more enemies to face, and I'm sure we're not done with our problems. But without further ado, if you enjoyed today's episode, like and subscribe as always. And if you want to see more, stay tuned, as I'm sure the bloodbath for the East has just begun. But I've been your host, Salty, my co-host, Winston, and we will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out, everybody.